What's up, everybody? So we got Wood Knot in here, sleeves. Started it a little early. Hope y'all can hear me. What's happening with you, sleeves? Good deal. I just thought we'd hop on here on a Friday night, hang out, talk a little trains, show off my new bridge. Sorry, just fiddling around with a few things here, trying to get used to this software again. Having a coffee, stream for work. What time you got to go into work, sleeves? I have been. My guys were off work today. We didn't have a job to do. Our job got postponed, so I brought a couple of my employees down here to the house, and we did some little bit of yard work and some shuffling around. And while I had them here, I decided to clean out all the boxes out from under the layout, try to put away a good chunk of the Snow Village stuff. So see down here on the city side, I left the Main Street in so I can get some buildings, but I took all the backside down and getting ready to start working on my elevated. I'll try to get that elevated set of loops going in. Thomas the Bat Train, how are you, my friend? Hope you're doing well. You added anything to the collection lately? There's Tim. What's happening, Tim? So tonight we're running the. I got the F-19 492 with the George Washington cars. Um, Man, I tell you the F-19 is a solid. That's a solid train. It really is probably one of my favorite non-articulated engines. I mean, the Niagara's pretty solid too, but I mean, for the money, what those things hold for, man, that's a good looking engine, and they run well too. Um, I'd really like to get the RF&P version, but so then on the outside, I got the triplex going with. I didn't get all the cars for the super set out, but I have a handful of my wood sides, and then just some random freight stuff at the end there, and then down on the short loop down here, I am running the third rail water buffalo that Travis with Booty Locomotive Works blue nomming for me. And then I got a little creeper consist. I got some Gainesville Midland uh, box cars, and then I think that's a Weaver baggage car. And then I got a couple Golden Gate Depot heavyweights there behind. Wild Mary's here. Oh, we got Zach. Zach's here. Thanks for showing up, buddy. I appreciate it. Thanks, Thomas. I appreciate that. Got the 60th anniversary Mecca car. Well, I'm not familiar with that one. Is that just a box car with some graphics on it? Yep. Looks like my degenerate buddy showed up. I appreciate y'all. Might just be us hanging out tonight, boys, but that's all right. And this is my latest feat here. I got my bridge done finally. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, you always find stuff you want to do different. But, all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I did the salt weathering on it, and that actually turned out halfway decent. I was kind of impressed with how well that turned out. Wait, is that the same Zach from Joker's Trains, Jake? The Joker's Trains? I don't believe it. I think that's an AI version. Thank you, Sleeves. Yeah, like I said, I was pretty decently happy with it for my first attempt at doing that. Like I said, you go to school on the first one, so we learned a lot. I think Zach's famous enough now he can have an impersonator. It's possible. I think we know who that impersonator would be. All right, Thomas. Okay, I see what you. Yeah, that's not a bad looking car. You collect like these Met anniversary cars or something, or you just like that one? Yeah, but those hey Brez, yeah, those water buffaloes are pretty slick, man. I like them. Um, Looking forward to having my Molly to run with it too. But they ain't bad. You can take a gander at her when she comes by here. Yeah, I'm. What's worse than Timu? Would not. I'm even sub Timu. I'm like the Kmart blue light special version of Joker. I I do have an Erie caboose, Jake. It's just I didn't want to dig it out. Um, one came with that superset, so it's actually a Vision caboose. It does the horn and all kinds of noises and whatnot. Okay, I got you. Yeah, nice, solid. Yeah, I'm the Wish version of Zach. Exactly. It's kind of scary how you and Jake came up with that at the same time, probably because y'all share a brain. What's everybody doing on a Friday night? You and Zach Woodnot, y'all doing watching some of the hockey? I'm assuming there's some hockey on tonight. All right, buddy. I'll let you know. One of my favorites, so I don't know if I'll let that one go, but if I ever do, I will definitely keep you in mind. Yep, hive mind definitely. So what's up, Brevs? You gonna get one of those Pacifics? I hear somebody just got theirs in, and it's a pretty decent engine. No bolts tonight. What you got going on this weekend, Zach? You going out on the boat tomorrow? Everybody get their Atlas orders in this week? Thomas is hanging out with the dog. That's fair. I am doing the same. You can see those useless fellows are right there, all three of them. Oh, got an itchy ear there. Oh, that's right. You're going to Gators. Yeah, yeah. Going to the Gators. That'll be fun. I ain't been to an NHRA race in probably 10 years. We used to go all the time. Now, what did you move everything to the basement, John, or is that just last I'd heard you had just done your two rail stuff? It's Jeremy Sedano, or Soda No Trains, as he's come to be known. What's happening, buddy? I got the triplex running on the outer loop, but just some random cars. I don't have the whole super set out. And then I got the F19 running on the inside main. And then over on the city loop, I've got my water buffalo running with a little kind of like a creeper consist. Here we go. We might get a little view of that coming by here now. Waiting for Joker's review, but is tempting. Yeah, it looks like a good engine, man. If I didn't have so much other stuff going on right now, I'd probably snag one. But if they make it for a little while, and I get work through some of this stuff, I might try to pick one up myself. Oh, awesome! I thought I saw a notice about that, like literally right before I went live, and I was thinking I have something to do tomorrow. Now is listen to that podcast. Is this the one with Sid on it? That if y'all haven't well, I'm talking to the five people that are good friends with Zach that are there, but anybody happen to be watching that doesn't, if you ain't watching, listening to the O Gauge Evolution podcast, man, you're missing out. It's real good stuff. And my understanding is going to get even better. I think there's some real good stuff coming up here pretty soon on both live on Zach's live stream and on his podcast. He's going to have some real good content coming up. So hop on that bandwagon. Most of the thoughts still up. Got some fast track. This one's right now. Starting to move next weekend. Cool, man. I'm excited for you. Like I said, I'm gonna bring you that 180 so you can run some. You can have you some power and stuff. Need to get you a little command system. We need to try to find you a little. Nothing else. Get you one of those little legacy command systems or something, and maybe find a good deal on a WTIU, and then you'll be set on your new layout. I'm looking forward to your new layout. I think we're gonna do some good stuff with it. God, yeah, I know. Could you imagine being a Rutland fan and not getting up that Rutland Pacific, Jake? That's crazy. Now, who would do that? Right? Would not. I mean, how can you be a Western Maryland fan and not have a Jaguar? I get it. There you go, Zach. We have a request for you to get Carly on. Are we talking about the podcast, Thomas, or the live stream? You too. I swear. The sexual tension between Jake and John is just palpable. They just need to go ahead and do it and get it over with. Chesapeake John, thanks for popping in. Yeah, I feel you on those, but I was just talking about that earlier, man. I think the F-19s got slept on by a lot of people. They're sharp, man. I'd really like to pick up that RF&P one. I wouldn't even mind getting another C&O one. Yeah, they're probably one of my, like I was talking about, one of my favorite non-articulateds. All right, Jeremy, are you feeling better? You about over your stuff? Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to York too. I hang out with you knuckleheads and look at some trains. It's gonna be a good weekend. Do both. All right. Yeah, get Carly on the live stream and on the thing. I was talking to Sid earlier. I don't know if you can see it when the um, triplex comes around, but I think I got a ground issue, man. Those rear marker lights are going full disco. 410. He catches it left and right, but he dishes it back pretty good too. So there you have it. God, I can that water buffalo with the Blue Nami conversion is the farthest engine away from me, and I can hear it through my head earbuds all real good. That Blue Nami sound system is fantastic, and I've got that thing down to like, man, it's like maybe 20% on the master volume. Feeling better, runny nose, throat still, but way better. Good deal. Yeah, like I told you, bud, you're welcome to hop on, but if you ain't feeling good, I understand. Um, I guess Mike went to some show today, right? I saw him post a picture or two about garden show or something. Hooked on a few RP stings, RP, the water buffalo birch run. That's not a team. Regret not getting the H7. Yeah, I almost got that H7. That's a good looking engine. I didn't really like them too much until I saw Eric's ran the RF&P, and I was like, damn, man, I maybe should have got them. They just have RF&P has solid graphics on their steam engines, man. I just like their a lot of pinstriping, a lot of just very classy looking stuff on their engines. I think Sid has the RF&P Water Buffalo. I was just thinking somebody has one, and I think Sid's got the RF&P Water Buffalo. So, anybody got one of those 080s supposedly coming in at the end of the month? And also, like I thought the Atlas E6s were coming in. Like one of the road names came in, but then I haven't seen anything updated about like when the rest of them are supposed to come in. I don't know. Any of y'all heard anything about those? I've had that pre-ordered set of the patched N&Ws. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I saw the that what is it? Oh, I can't think of the name of that club, but yeah, I thought that sounded familiar. So that's the one y'all go live from their shows. Yeah, Jeremy, if they hadn't done Southern, so they kind of hit me hard with the 080. It's a Southern engine on top of a War Bonds engine, which I like both of those things. But if they hadn't, I would have definitely gotten that Pearl Harbor 080 he did. I think that's slick. Newt is here. Welcome, Newt. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Which coal hoppers you talking about there, Tim? It have to be the ones behind the water buffalo, I guess. That's. I hope you have a pair of that's the ones I got. I got from you. Yeah, I thought those were kind of cool. When I found out that that was a real thing and that they leased those, I was like, I need to get those because that's kind of a neat deal to have the ACL colors with the N&W patch. Yeah, I think, like I said, I went for them too. I know a lot of people griped about the price of them, and I'm sure that's expensive for a switcher or whatever. But I don't have a single steam switcher in my entire collection. I have some diesel switchers, but I don't have a single steam switcher at all. So felt like I probably ought to jump on that. Yeah, yeah. The patch stuff is pretty hot. That's why I got that Illinois Central patched. Those SD40s, I think that Lionel did. I got those because they had the N&W patch ones. I'm gonna have to look that up, dude. I kind of vaguely remember Train World having the 080 they did like in a holiday theme. Yeah, I mean, considering it's Swinging Bell, Whistle Steam, Legacy, yeah, there's that's a it is small engine, but that's a lot going on. I mean, for being honest, it's as much a Vision Line engine as the uh, Commodores were, I guess. Feel like I'm Ray here, just looking on my phone. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that ain't bad looking. That ain't bad looking Christmas train. North Pole Limited version. I think that's new. Didn't that the same one? Like they did a Hudson in that same paint scheme, I think, didn't they? Thomas, what was that one? What year did they do that one? Is that a legacy or a TMCC? Oh, that's good. But you're right in the middle of moving and trying to get a layout set up stuff. I get it, man. Oh, look at there. Mad Mike is here. He's one of my dealers. How are you, buddy? How was that show? I saw you posted a little Instagram thing from it or whatever. Did you run some trains over there? Get a video? Yes, please. That's a set of N&W heavyweights I got from I bought off eBay. I'm I bought the RF&P from Sid um, that matches them, and then I'm gonna try to pick up a couple sleepers, and then when he does the um, maybe a baggage car and then I hear tell that he might do the tail end and front end cars on the next run, so I want to get a observation. Yeah, it's like the mini version of the Hudson. Yeah, I thought that Hudson was that had like the same like snowflake paint job on it and stuff. Yeah, the '08 will have the tethers, right? Because of the short size, they need the footprint for power, so they have to run the um, tethers. I think that might be my first tethered line L engine that's modern command. Yeah, you ended up getting the chassis, right, Jeremy? That's what you got. You did the muffin chassis. I'd be curious to see how many of those muffins sold, man. I bet he sold a ton of those. Nice. So did you end up running your what you take? You took the Niagara, didn't you? Took the Niagara and some cars. You could just barely see them down there at the right there in front of the freight station there. But hang on, I might can swing that camera over there. Take a look at it. But I finally got me some flats to start making me some military loads. Let's see if I can swing this camera over. I haven't. I just set them up on there this afternoon. I didn't get a chance to do much with it, but that's the Atlas cars that I got. A couple tanks and a couple of those armored vehicles. The Erie EH. Oh yeah, yeah. The those. Did you ever, Mike? Did you ever find? I know we were looking for you at one point. Some of the passenger cars for those Eries. Were you able? Did you ever find any? Hey, Darren. Thanks for showing up, buddy. So let me zoom in a little bit here. I'll show you all a little bit of my see like the the checkered parts and stuff is that salt weathering, and it was pretty cool. Like that was kind of a neat process. It really does kind of look like flaked and chipped paint and stuff. It's kind of cool. The Erie Golden Gates, man, that would look good behind them. All right, Sleeves. Hey, buddy, thanks for coming by, man. I know you got to get to work, so have a good night, work, man, and talk to you later. I finally unboxed those ACL uh, cars tonight, Mike. They're man, those are good looking cars. I'm looking forward to throwing them behind the E6s here. Might try to do that next week. Yeah, I appreciate that, Thomas. Like I said, it was my first one I tried to do. I would have just like it would have been a lot easier, but it's kind of hard to tell. But that's actually in part of the S curve right there. So building a bridge that curves is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Um, I don't know, Newt. I know it's gonna happen. It was just a matter of getting it scheduled and doing it. Last I heard, but I don't know if it's happened or not yet. Yeah, do show that. I try to do that with my third rail stuff. I try to keep the tethers plugged so I don't have to like constantly, because I think that's what wears those tethers out is plugging and unplugging them all the time. Yeah, I'd like to see that, John. If you get a chance to post a picture of that or a video or something, I'd be down for checking that out. I know we just finished with one Lino catalog, but anybody got any guesses to what's coming up in the summer catalog? I guess that's what we call it, right? I really think we got to be getting close to the Jays coming back up and around, like the NW Jays. Um, I think it's around 10 years since the last run of them. Yeah, bud, it's a good time, but boy, you can man, you can go through some money up there. But there's lots of neat stuff to see. I'm thinking about waiting and doing the $20 challenge at maybe the Fall York, only because I'm having trouble getting some of the logistics squared away and stuff. It might still happen, but if I can't get some stuff figured out here pretty quick, um, I'm gonna I might just postpone it and we'll just do it for the Fall York. Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's probably nice to see your stuff stretch its legs a little bit. Some of the single item releases. I almost think that's a guarantee, Newt. I think that there's a good chance there'll be a whole new run of road names in that. Um, and we've kind of heard through the grapevine that there's a good chance that they might even be in some catalogs next year for a couple deals. So I think if that's like with that being new tooling and stuff, I think they're going to be running through them pretty good. I think you're going to see those popping up for maybe the next couple, 2 or 3 catalogs. It's also why I think they did a limited run of road numbers in this first batch. Was it 19 that they did the Jays? I couldn't remember. I thought it was like 16 or something like that, but it might be a 19. That's where they did like the Freedom Train version of it and that stuff. Yeah, Darren. Yeah, you're rich in trains, but you're definitely not rich in money after York. Yeah, I bet you're right. I bet they do some Conrail just because it's coming up on its whatever anniversary it's got going this year. Yep. Yep. That's what I bet that's just about a guarantee that there's going to be some of those GP40s coming around. Here, the MTH remade the RS3 molds. I don't know about the other mold. That all new tooling. Yeah. They've kind of done that on a couple things, man. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, a little ballsy, but they sold off the woodside passenger car tooling and then went and redid it even better supposedly. So that'd be kind of interested to see those when they come out here pretty soon. That should be coming around the corner. Like I've heard the engines are coming soon, but I haven't heard anything about those passenger cars, and I'm sure they're not going to be at the same time. So April is the 50th anniversary, Conrail. GS4's next catalog. Maybe Freedom Train. Division. Yeah, maybe. They may have yeah, maybe they will do a run of GSs. I wonder if the GS when the J's are both northern, so they might just run a big batch of all that together, I guess is possible. Yeah. I, I've heard rumor of some stuff that's coming in third rail, and it's going to be very broad reaching. It would be the best way to put it. If they do what I hear rumor is possible, they're going to build. It's going to cover a lot of road names and stuff. You know, you I know you're joking with the gloss EM1, but actually I think EM1's got a pretty good shot of being in the next year or two. I guess according to Zach, they're pretty much due for it to come back up. So that could be cool. I might have to get an EM1 when they come up. I don't have one. Yep, exactly. Nate's a big gloss fan. I don't I don't hate gloss engines, but I like the flatter ones uh typically. But I gotta say that muffin Commodore that's gloss is pretty slick. And then I actually have the glossy 844. I've That was one of like the third engine I ever bought was that 844, and I didn't even know that they made glossy and matte versions of engines. But that thing is, I don't hate it. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I need man, does this third rail deal hit me with all the N&W stuff? I really need I need a year to recover from that deal. And then they keep that's one of the big reasons why I ended up not going with an Allegheny. One, I have one, and two, I just gotta get caught back up, man. It's just constantly going down the rabbit hole here. I do think there's a chance I might end up grabbing one after the fact, but I just didn't want to commit to it till one, I see them when they come in, and two, you know, see where I'm at financially, just decide if I can make that happen. What's up, Lou? How's it going? Yep, glad we got your mic straightened out. Thought you was a robot there for a little bit. I agree. Now that one would get me. If they bust out that ACL Northern again, I would definitely have to hop on that one because man, those things are like I didn't realize how like when he offered me the cars, I jumped on the cars thinking I'll find the engine for it. I haven't seen a single one of those things pop up. I've seen a couple of I saw an MTH version come up one time, but it went for pretty crazy money for like a PS2 engine. It went for like almost 1,000. No, I got you. Just supporting your boy. I can respect that, Nate. Recovered. You been sick, bud? Jeremy had the funk this week too. That's the gloss one is the one that's supposed to be like the it's like the cab number for the original one, right? Like the OG scale one they did back in the day. Man, I'm telling you, look at that F Nint. He can go by and tell me that ain't a good looking engine. Yeah, the Lionel Shays will probably do again pretty soon. Um, it's been a while. I want to say my legacy Shay, the two truck Shay I have is it's the older legacy. It's not even the five bells and whistles version. It's just the one whistle. Yeah, yeah. There's a place for them. I don't have a problem with the gloss engines if they're restoration engines or that kind of stuff, or even like a as built engines in gloss. That's fine. But I do like the flat ones for anything that you're trying to do like a prototypical work with. Yeah, 5344. Yep, that's the OG one. It's crazy how to think back when those engines came out back in the day and how good they looked even then. Like I've got the 95 version of it. It's supposed to be real similar to the original ones as far as like castings and stuff go. Man, those were crazy good looking engines for the time. Like they hold up today still. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do too. Especially like you gotta remember, man, that was the full deal legacy engine. It was $1,100. Like that's pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that could be coming due for sure. Yeah, God, who knows what the share going to be like? I like geared engines. I have a couple Shays. I would have liked one of the Heislers. Man, I just couldn't justify. What were they like 16, 1700 bucks for the Heislers? And that's a tiny little engine. And to me, I don't know what it is about the Heisler, at least Lionel's version of Heisler, but it just looks real toyish to me. It's very plasticky looking. I mean, that's just my opinion. If you got one, you love it, great. I mean, I'm not here to tell you not to like your engines, but it just didn't do it for me. I really considered getting one, but just couldn't do it. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I've been trying to. Luckily, I haven't done many live streams, so I could pick the cream of the crop. I could run the best of my collection, and ain't nobody's seen it before. So, but I do like all those engines that I got today. Like I said, that F-19 might be one of my favorites. And I like the triplex. It's weird and it's neat, but I I they're kind of different. They're logy. I think I've said this before. I think it made a better Halloween engine than it does an actual engine, but they're cool. They're all right. Yeah, but I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Is it's just there's not a lot of detail to them, but that's what I'm saying. Like they just don't look like scale detailed engines should. I think. Yeah, I heard Muffin say that he was shocked at how few orders they got for the Heisler. Um, I'd be curious to see what the numbers were. I mean, they're still out there everywhere for sale. Yeah, still go. The Santa Fe brass hybrid Mikados are sought after. I got you. Yeah, yeah, they probably should have stayed fantasy. They weren't. I don't think they're overly successful. And like we talked about with John, the Virginian one even less so. But I think they finally got them to work somewhat. But they just really had trouble keeping steam up on them. Just too much output for what they could handle at the time. John or Newt, the I think the Christmas one was one of the better looking ones because it's kind of supposed to look like a toy, so it did it well. Like I think that Christmas Heisler was probably one of the better looking ones that they did. Oh yeah, yeah. I grew up right next door to Buford, a little in Forsyth County, right there, and yeah, Buford was literally I don't know 15, 20 minutes away. I go through there all the time. Good old Buford, Georgia. Talk about a sleepy little town that's almost unrecognizable now. I mean, that place has grown like crazy. What do y'all think is the one of the most slept on engines you've ever got? Like you weren't real jazzed about it, but when you got it, it kind of exceeded your expectations. Yes, it does, man. You get anywhere around 985 through there, or even out by the mall and stuff. There, it is awful. It is awful. Dude, that Christmas Heisler, was it like a full set or was that just the engine? 'Cause it seems like they did like, didn't they do some Christmas, like some login cars or something, Christmas themed? I actually have a couple of like the little login disconnect Christmas stuff. Yeah, I like my Niagara. Like it's between the Niagara and the F-19 for the nicest non-articulated engine, but because the Niagara's Vision line, it's kind of not a fair comparison to just a regular legacy engine. So I kind of say the F-19 is the nicest, but those Niagaras are sharp. Um, I kind of want the black one to go with the gray one, to be honest with you. Yeah, it is. I worked on my fire station was right there on 20 for about 12 years, and that place was just it was crazy. We'd get a call, and we could be to marketplace down there in like 3 or 4 minutes running code, and then we'd run the call, and of course we can't run lights and siren back to the station or whatever. So it'd take us 25 minutes to get back to the station because of traffic. That we'd be a 3 minute call if we were running running not running code out there. First turbulent engine ball ATL PP7s. Didn't care for the TMC, but the details blue line on PHOA, it's full blue nominal of the thing. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I could see that. Yeah. They're every time I've gotten a third rail engine, I haven't gotten a new third rail engine ever yet, but I've bought some used ones, and I'm always impressed with the colors and the detail and stuff when they do come in. Yeah. Yeah. They do make pretty good stuff for Christmas stuff. Agreed. I kind of like some of the. I kind of like some of them just to run like behind my shays and stuff though, like the non fantasy disconnect stuff. I think you're right, John. I think uh, I think my life could be complete with a second Niagara, possibly. Okay, I thought that's what I saw. It was like the full deal with the whole deals. How many? You said you got like 7 or 8 Christmas trains, right, Nate? Yep. I've heard a lot of people say the 777 was kind of everybody slept on it. I agree. That was a good looking engine. I'm not even a big fan of the blues, but that thing did look good. That silver and blue worked well. I kind of wouldn't mind like what I'm kind of torn. Like, kind of want a Halloween engine, but I also don't know if I want to invest that kind of money in something that I'm only going to run for a month out of the year. I say that, and I've got a Polar Express, which I do the same thing with. So clearly, I'm full of shit. Um, I don't know, man. I do like that howling wolf whistle and stuff that they do and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if the right deal pop comes along, I might grab a Halloween engine at some point. The late PMCC GP30. Second, new kind of more recent brakes, sounds much better whistles. This is the lower room. Okay. So the GP30s in the late TMCC era was good stuff, huh? I'll keep that in mind. I bet you can get a pretty good deal on them too, huh? Because the TMCC. Yeah, I believe it. That's funny, man. I remember when that was nothing but a field over there. Um, actually, it wasn't long after the McDonald's and the Quick Trip came in over there that I got transferred to Station One downtown Cumming. But yeah, it's crazy to see the way that place has grown up there, Thomas. It's just insane. Independent large auto put people back in the cities. Man, I almost bet I might have met your uncle at some point or something because I mean we used to frequent all the auto parts stores around there, and like you'd run everywhere you had to do to find the parts back in the day. What's your favorite one, Newt? Do you do just the fantasy ones, or do you do like you got like a Polar or any of that kind of stuff? Oh, I didn't think about that. I bet it would. That could be kind of fun. So one of my little shitheads try to grab it off the track. You're right, Brez. I almost got that turbine. I kind of wish I had seen that before I pre-ordered my as built one. I might have got that one. That thing, I like the rendering of it, but I was like, it could have gone either way depending on how it turned out. But when I saw it in person, man, they absolutely killed that thing. That is a good looking S2. That's probably the best looking S2 I have. I haven't reached Spot Holiday chain. I really like them, but not a spot I want to spend 1200 plus especially 1 or 2 months out of the year. Yeah, I get it. I wasn't going to do it, and then our local um, train slash drug dealer, Mad Mike, hit me with such a good deal on one of the um, which is, I say it's a good deal. The train was a good deal, but realizing now that I'm gonna have to spend what I have to spend on the polar cars, the scale cars, those things are ridiculous. But I ended up just going ahead and getting one, and I'm glad I did. I actually really liked it, and I ran the crap out of it at Christmas. But I really like that. I really like the that train that Travis made for me. It's just a regular train with just like lighting on it and stuff. I kind of dig that kind of Christmas train. That's why I did get the CPCK holiday train cars ordered. Yeah, I could almost see spending some Lion Chief money for like a train if it had the. I just really want that like that wolf whistle and all that stuff. Yeah, you could definitely put together a. I mean, if your goal is just to have like a train under the tree or something, there's some pretty decent little sets out there. You could put something together nice. That ain't me. You know me. I got a friggin'. I wish I could be happy doing something like that, but I have to get the scale one and all the BS that goes with it. I think I remember you telling me that story. Like that's the one she insisted on getting. That's a pretty good one. Like I said, that F-19 works is a good one. Didn't they did the F-19 in like North Pole? What do they call that their version of their thing? Not the Polar Express, but the Sleigh Bell Limited or something like that. Maybe I think they did the F-19 in. Yeah, I'm glad he's about sold off all that collection because I'm tired. I was getting tired of buying it. I'm shocked they haven't. That seemed like a grand slam for them. Like do like a full train kit, kind of like they did the Dino train, but like in a Christmas theme. or Halloween theme. Is that a legacy Mikado, Lou, that you found, or was that a Lion Chief Mikado? Or do they even do a Lion Chief Mikado? I'm not even sure. It'd have to be. It couldn't be a Dino train and be a Halloween train, Brevs. It would have to be a Dragon train. She got a GP38. I got you. You know, Mike has that. Is it a GP9 or something like that? It's a polar set, and it's okay. Like it's a decent looking little Christmas train too. Yeah, there we go. North Pole Central. Yeah, I think they do an F-19 in North Pole Central. You know that E8 set that they did on those is a super good looking train too for a Christmas train. Happy instrument world, but yeah, I know, dude, and that's the problem. Like you you get something like that, and you're like, oh, this is nice. I'm okay with this. And then somebody shows up, or you see a real scale train in person, and you're like, damn it, it ain't as nice as I thought it was. When I started getting like these Lionel trains, I was like, I never would get like third rail or Golden Gate stuff. You know what I mean? They don't have to be that nice. And well, here we are. RMT to make some CNO hoppers. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm torn whether I'd like them or not, but I might get some anyhow, just because I think they would be some good things to practice or try to learn to do some weathering on. But they've got some L&N wood chip hoppers that RMT did, and I thought about buying three or four of them and just seeing what I could do because I sure do like the idea of screwing up a $30, piece of rolling stock with my lack of ability to weather as opposed to something nice. There you go. I sometimes to me some of the best Christmas trains are just like random Christmas trains that weren't meant to be like a cartoonish real Christmas train. It's just something that like I like the CPCK that's just a real train with lights on it. That's kind of what I got Travis to build that other one for me. Is I said I want a Christmas train that looks like somebody took just a regular Christmas train and decorated it for Christmas. Like that's what I was going for with that. He knocked it out of the park. Um, so yeah, I get what you're saying. I kind of dig that. And I've always like you said, template to me just seems Christmassy. So while it's not a Christmas train, I think like that conventional Hudson that I have, this the 95 release or whatever, and I have the Rail King cars with it, that just seems like a Christmas engine to me for some reason. Like it just always felt like a Christmas engine. Yeah, if we could get a those heisters got down to the 1400 range, I might consider getting one just because, like I said, I do like geared locomotives. Jeremy, you cannot run. those RMT cars behind that Allegheny. That is way too nice an engine to run behind to run that kind of cars. You got to do that thing some justice. You can get you some die cast CNO cars to run behind it. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, sometimes it's just the thing. So up here on this mountain, you see where I have like just some of that random stuff, some of them buildings sitting up there. I've been thinking about turning that into like a Christmas tree farm. I don't want a full time Christmas layout, so to speak, but I would like to have a. This is going to sound kind of stupid, but I would like my layout to be modeled around Christmas time, like late fall, early autumn. I mean, late fall, early winter, and so I'm thinking about do so. Kind of the mountainside over there would be a would kind of be like a full time Christmassy kind of layout. What do y'all think about that? What's up, Dathan? Thanks for popping over. Appreciate it. Yeah, he does need to go. I Jeremy, weren't you? I heard last night. Maybe isn't it? You may be going now, supposedly, or come over for a day or something. Thanks, buddy. It kind of helps that there's not a ton of us in here, so we can kind of all like have a conversation. It doesn't get lost or buried. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if CNO can handle that. Trying to match the Allegheny. Are you referring to like because they're using like the line scale cars or whatever? They do. I do think, and on the superset, I think there is a handful of those cars that are the cheaper ones. I do believe. Yeah, if so, I my N and WI6 set came in, and supposedly those are line scale, also those peak pin hoppers. But I got to tell you, man, they're nice hoppers. Like I literally have those hoppers right next to the peak pin, like the Atlas ones, and they hold up. I'm not going to tell you they're as nice as the Atlas ones because they're not, but they they run in the contests just fine, and you can't, going down the track, you can't really tell the difference until you get up close. Yeah, I'm thinking about like right there about where the shed is. I might put a like a small tunnel, like a little dividing line, so to speak, and anything to the left of that over here by the mountain will be like in the snow, and anything back to the other side will be like fall foliage and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, that's what, most of my stuff on this layout here is Department 56 from my mom's collection. She wasn't using it, and I just needed some buildings because I have like three actual buildings for my layout. So that's kind of one thing I'd like to look for at York is maybe score a couple building or some building kits. I'm kind of torn. Like I'm definitely gonna put some woodland scenic buildings on there just to get some buildings going. But I would really like to. I've kind of surprised myself with how much I've enjoyed the scratch building and stuff. So I'm gonna actually try to build some of the buildings out of kits for sure. Yeah, I think they are, but I think they've improved them a little bit. I know they have better. like better trucks and stuff on them now than they used to. So they're not the line scale stuff isn't terrible. Slim chance I'll go just drop off the stuff for my building permit. Will depend on, but if I break ground before that, I'm out for good. Oh, I got you. I mean, I understand what you got to do. You do what you got to do, bud. But we would like to have you there, and like don't burn yourself out on that thing. It's plan to win the war, not the battle. You don't want to get burnt out too much on it. You have a space on the layout that's changed for the season. Graveyard for Halloween, Christmas tree farm, etc. Well, that's a good idea. So you just got like a spot or two on there that you can just kind of tweak it for the seasons. That's not a bad idea either. Yeah, we want to report him on something, so he's got to come to York because he can't work on his stuff. Call OSHA on him like the week before, get him shut down. What do you think? What's your timeline on that, Jeremy? You think you're going to be able to get it done in a year? Yeah, that's a big what if for me there, John. Yeah, I'm sure they can look fantastic with the right hands, and then they can look like they look when I do them. So we'll see. What few boxes of what, Nate? What you talking about? Did I miss something there? Yeah, I thought that was a good idea too, Nathan. Like have a couple areas you could change out. I mean, I'm gonna kind of do that, like my main street area and my city stuff. Like I want to be able to throw up, wreaths and string lights and stuff, but I'll only have that during certain times. But I do think I'll keep the Christmas tree farm like Christmas year round on the mountainside because I want to do like a little. I might do like a little slide area next to it, stuff like like a tubing area or whatever. Because I think I might even do. I'm kind of torn. Do I want to put just a small like a tourist train over here that you can run around the Christmas tree farm with? Or I've even seen people take like HO trains and like convert them to look like theme ride, like a theme park train or something. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting into it a little bit more. Like I tell you what I've got now that I didn't have as a teenager model building is patience now. Like when I was a teenager, I felt like I had to get the entire model built in an evening. And now I can kind of chill back, take my time, and try to do a good job. Oh Lord, the burn man is here. We got Burnsy in the house. He must have heard us talking about line scale and Weaver. Oh, you got 12 months to get it done because of the bank deal. Yeah, that could be tight. How big's the house gonna be? No, no, what's your square footage? Oh, I got you. Christmas houses. Got you. Burnsy's here. Hide the Weaver. Spoken like a true train addict right there. So you think like a HO or an Inscape? You see what I'm talking about, Nathan, right? Where they take and like make like a ride on like a scale train or something out of a HO or an N scale. Yeah, I just end up getting frustrated or just wanting to finish it up and just cobble something together, a big old glue ball of a model airplane or whatever. So apparently Lionel scale will bring him out of the woodwork now, not just having to mention Weaver. Thomas, you talk like did MPH have like build kits and stuff? I've been looking at some of the BTS kits. I got one of their signs and stuff. They're pretty cool. Let me go grab this thing I got from. See if I can grab it real quick. This kit I got from Tim. It's a pretty neat deal. 2,200 square feet, 3.5 hours. Well, that's pretty good size. Yeah, you gonna have to get her done. Are you gonna get some help, bud? Are you gonna like you got some family that's gonna help you or something with the framing and all? Or are you gonna just GC it and get some crew? So this is a kit here by is it Smoky Mountain Model Works or something like that. That it's the it's the radio receiver car from Southern. I don't know if y'all have ever seen one of these. I didn't know much about these till he showed me the kit and I started looking at it. But it's pretty cool. This was a car that was put midway in the train for like a mid power unit, and it received the radio signals from the engine to control like your mid power units or whatever you call those things. And this was a car that they had built um, by this company, and they it was used to control those like I said the mid unit power and stuff. And this is a kit, a model kit that they did to recreate these in O scale. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to building that deal. That's going to be a neat little deal. Let's go train around the Parker on the layout. Flat cars, low scale children glued to look more like scale versus HO. Okay, so in scale will be the way to go. So somebody, any of y'all in scalers, I've had a couple in scale trains, but they were just like, starter kit in scale trains. Would I have to do like a small little, like a little encoder style thing, or how does that work on in scale? Is that the same kind of thing? Burnsy, do you have the scale Weaver Crusader? Oh, okay, they're the MTH pre-assembled. I got you. I got you. Yeah, Bar Mills has some real nice kits too, John. I've seen those. I know what you're talking about. I've I've looked at those myself. They got some real cool ones. Kind of like twofold. Now I've got enough of the layout done. I can kind of see what I got room for. You know how in your head you always. I don't know if y'all are like me, but I'm always a little grandiose in my plans for like what's going to fit where and how I'm going to be able to do all this stuff. Doesn't always work out so well in real life. Like when I go start putting it on the layout and realize you run out of real estate real quick. David, it's the same in that booklet. It's not an NS one. It's just the sticker kit. It's the exact same one that was converted to NS, but it's let me pull it back. That see, I think it's called Smoky Mountain Model Works. Well, which I tried to look up the other day. I think they're still in business. Oh, let me pull this back up. Yeah, Smoky Mountain Model Works right there is the thing. But the NS one is just it's the same kit. You can just do the NS decals and stuff on it. So, and that's what all this. There's like 6 or 8 pages of just pictures in the back of this thing here, where they just showed how they evolved over the years with the different paint schemes on them and stuff. This would have been like for your mid 70s diesels and stuff, but still kind of cool. That'll be a fun little project. Cato N scale track hooked to a small DC former. Preset voltage has been okay. So you've done that before, and it runs pretty good on that. Like it doesn't fluctuate on speed too awful bad or anything like that. Like you don't have to run like a command style engine, so to speak. Savannah's new video is going to make my life more hell when I do my inventory audit for the next few months. I'm not following you, Tim. You'll have to explain that one a little more. Yeah, doesn't it? Like I got acres and acres here. I can have corn and cows and all that stuff, and you're lucky to have a fence and a pig pasture. You know what I mean? Like it's so it's crazy. Like especially curves, man. Like it is shocking to me how much real estate like a 072 or an 086 curve can take up. Man, it don't take long. Okay, good deal. I'm glad you were able to find it. Yeah, they got some neat stuff. Um, I mean to go back and look at them a little bit deeper. So today, this shot reminds me of it. I'm gonna mention it. That TV ended up having. I moved that TV up on the wall about 4 inches higher because right under that sound bar there, I'm gonna have some track coming through there here before too long. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So you got a brother-in-law's gonna help you out and stuff. Yeah, it. You can certainly. You can, like you said, you can burn up through some real estate real quick when you start laying stuff out. Even just building sizes, like it's crazy what some of the size of these buildings are, and like station buildings and stuff like that. Oh, okay. So you just activate the plug basically, and then the engine will start going around. John, can you throw a couple pictures of that in Discord, like how you did that? I'd like to see that, or maybe even a little video of it. Boy, it's coming up on about 10:30 here. It's 10:23 now. I'm willing to stay on to 11 if y'all hang with me. If you are getting tired or ready to check out, then we can cut it at 10:30. I'm just telling me what y'all want to do. I'm down either way. Yeah, they're kind of thing. How many of y'all have messed with Menards much? I was looking at that little section of Main Street they have that Menards set, and some people swear by their buildings, and some people say they're not the greatest. But I thought it might be a reasonable price one to throw up for a little while, kind of like a placeholder till I could scratch build something or whatever. All right, there's one vote for 11. I'm down for it then. Okay, cool. Where you at, John? Where you headed? What you got going on? Anything good you can share? All right, we've got enough people that'll hang. We'll go to 11. I'm not gonna do no Ray streams where we stream till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I ain't got that in me. So I was talking with Zach earlier, and we were talking about like white whales, and I think my current white whale might be like the B&O EA if Jake ever or Jake if Jay ever redoes it, or if I could come across one. But what are y'all looking at right now? Like, what would be your ultimate engine you'd be looking for? Yeah, that's what I was thinking about putting that on that, like on somewhere on the like on my main street of the layout, like kind of like getting rid of some of taking some of these buildings out over here and putting a. I want to keep the main street like right here, and then on this back side, this is going to be the lower area is going to be an elevated. I mean, like a just a rail yard, but above it is going to be connected. I'm going to do an elevated area, and I'm going to put like industry stuff back along the back wall, and then when it makes the turn down here at the end, um, I'm going to do like some big buildings, like some big skyrise. So it'll be like a big cityscape towards the back of the layout, and then kind of a main street as you come up the road here. Yeah, I'm starting to get there myself, bud. So that's why I'm asking around. The motorcycle shop is similar to the woodland scene. Okay. Oh, okay. Tim's is the brass hybrid HSF 282. That's the Lionel version, Tim, I'm assuming. Yeah, and I think the footprint, like I kind of measured the footprint, Newt, and it looks like it would fit there really well. And supposedly, because they call that like I forget, there's like a number. It says like part one or version one or something. So my understanding is they're going to be putting some additional, like some extra units so you can create like a whole main street, I believe. John's is Clinchfield Vision Line Challenger. That's a good one. I think I would like a Clinchfield Challenger at some point myself. I don't know if it would be Vision Line or just maybe a. I think did Third Rail. I think Third Rail did some brass Clinchfield Challengers, if I'm not mistaken. The Rutland L1 Mountain. Yeah, he probably will. That's definitely a Pensy engine, right, Jake? It's more of a just having the money to get it. Be the Santa Fe 210 Yeah. Um, who was it? Was it Thomas and his trains posted one or something? Man, I was thinking it was like over 3 grand. They're wanting for that 210 Weekend plans for everyone. I am at home with the dogs this weekend. The wife is out of town, so I'll be doing train stuff. But tomorrow I got to go help my buddy. We got racing season coming up, so I'm gonna go work on a race car for half a day tomorrow, I guess. Dathan is going to clean the train room. That's solid. That's kind of what I did today, and I still got some more stuff to do with that also. Wow, Newt's Whitewell is actually for Jake to get an engine. That's solid. That's a good buddy right there. An AC5 cab Ford, I could see Jake with that. That seems about right for him. That or Monon. I bet he'd like a nice Monon engine. I'm gonna be honest with you, boys. I'm gonna end up with Monon. I'm pretty sure there's there's just way too much Monon overlap with L&N. I think L&N bought a lot of Monon stuff, and they were kind of like partners. They swapped a lot of freight with each other and stuff. So I got a sneaky suspicion I'm gonna end up with some Monon before it's all said and done. Yeah, yeah, they seem to go for pretty big money. Accurate RFMP mountain with a Randy tender. That would be kind of cool. I'd like to see that. I'm assuming you got some pictures of that, John. Big bang of money. Next gen Acela. Okay, so Newt, you like that? You're talking about the third rail Acela, I'm assuming the ones that are coming out. Oh yeah, so you were going to put the steering clutches in it last weekend, right? Solano, is that what you were saying you were going to do? You're just going to try to get that finished up. It at this point, I wouldn't doubt him if he said it did, because so far he's been able to prove everything he's claimed. Moon box car with Muffin's face on it. Yeah, I figured you did with that big collection of stuff you got there. You have some pictures of that. You know, it's good times. What size dozers that you got, Jeremy? That's not the little that's not the little 2-cylinder one you had a picture of you running, right? Not the little JD crawler. So yeah, like I said, I think right now currently well, I guess it first and foremost is probably the ACL engine, the Northern Mike's engine, because that's pretty high up there. But also, like I said, pretty close up there would be the EAs. Like I just think those are such cool diesel engines. ACL Seabo's Steam would probably be my white whale. Yeah, Thomas, you might you might be in a little trouble in the next third rail catalog, buddy. If potentially, if the rumors I have heard are true, I too will probably be in trouble with that. Oh, Savannah Atlanta Steam too. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'd like to have. The super shiny nice EAs, man. I like the A unit and the B unit. So we were talking about that earlier, and apparently none of the B units ever survived. Like it's just the A unit that's there. Oh, so it is your little crawler. I got you. Yeah, those little crawlers are neat. Um, I kind of like to have one just to play with. To be honest with you, I've got a John Deere 333G with my company, so it's rubber tired, but it's pretty capable little rubber tired loader. You know, Luke, did you pre order one of the Chessie T1s? Yeah, I'm a big fan of E6s. Like that's probably one of my favorite early diesels is like the E6s. I've got a Southern Tennessean ABA E6s. I've got the ACL ABBA E6s and that black and yellow freight colors, which is I don't think it's actually freight colors because I've seen them pull passenger also. Um, yeah, I'm a E6 fan. I like the E6s. I'm with you, Tom. That's I would love to get that Havana Special, that early one. That's just such a cool train. I've always liked the story of FEC and the the railroad over the sea deal, but there's just too much NW. The J2s, the J1s, the Pocahontas cars, all that stuff, man. I just don't think I'm gonna be able to swing one, but that would be a super cool one to have. Man, I kind of wish I had gotten that one. I saw one up at York and I almost got it, but I just think the colors and all that stuff on those seaboards are nice. That actually might start to be borderline a white whale for me is to pick up one of those seaboard mountains. They're sharp. I don't usually like a white boiler style engine like that, but that one looks good. So you're gonna blue Nami a P5A. Is that the electric? Okay, so yes, you did get the T1. Nice. Yeah, I'd like to see that. That's cool. Like I said, I like those old things. I'm actually selling my Oliver uh, tractor because I want a 2 cylinder. Um, John Deere tractor. I just love the sound of those two cylinders. They are. They're T1 buddies. Oh yeah, I forgot about those E6s too. Nice. Yeah, yeah. I like that said, man, I'm a fan of those E6s. They're cool. And that was just neat with the history behind it and stuff. I'd like to if I get when I get those from you, I'm gonna try to find that B unit to match those. Jimbo, hey buddy, how you doing? I hope I meant to text you tonight, bud, and check in on you, but I got busy trying to get ready for this thing. But hopefully y'all are home and all's going well. Oh yeah. Yeah, Thomas, I think that engine with because if you've ever seen pictures of it, they ran it kind of like the creepers trains were ran. They would run three or four box cars and then three or four like a baggage car and a couple of coaches and stuff on that car. But man, you get that engine with a couple of those like wood single sheath, like the single sheath box cars, like the early ones, and then get you some woodside coaches to go behind that thing. That would be such a cool early steam engine, man. I'd be so down for that. I got to quit talking about it. You're gonna talk me into it. Lou, I've got the B&O Mountain for muffin, and it's nice. I like it. I'll run it on one of the lives here pretty soon, but it's uh, it's a good engine, man. It's I've been real happy with it, and I think Jim just got him one. Okay, yeah, got the P5. Um, I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me swing over there. And I'll show you. But I got these from Jim not too long ago. Um, this is my new Blue Nami project I've got coming up right here. I got two of these Williams GG1s right here that I'm gonna Blue Nami both of these. I think, or we'll start with one of them. But those things are good running conventional engines. I've been playing with them conventional for a little bit, and they run really good. But yeah, I'm gonna Blue Nami both of those. Um, those Williams, talk about things that got slept on, man. Those Williams are pretty good. This is my wall of diesels right here that I kind of moved all my diesels over to here, and tomorrow I'm going to start putting shelves up on this side over here. Here's a little shot of the whole layout, y'all. While I've got the camera spun around here. Gonna be there all weekend and may have to go to rehab. Been a rough one. Oh man, I hate to hear that, buddy. Hang in there. Oh. Yes, he does, man. And this L&N stuff, man. He's one of the few around that does some of the L&N stuff on a lot of custom runs, man. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have hardly anything to collect on the L&N front because Lionel only busts out an L&N engine about once every 2 or 3 years, which could be good actually. John, I think the electrics are one of the easier ones to do, kind of like the diesels. The especially like these Williams, they don't have electrocouplers or they're mechanical pantographs and all that stuff. So it's really just the lighting wires, the motor control, the motors, power wires, and the motor wires and stuff. It's not. I don't think it's going to be too terribly bad from what I understand, but I'll let you know um, how it goes. Luckily I've already got I've had the board and stuff for a while. I had an electric board I bought a year ago. Nate would like to get a look at the third rail GG thing. I've got actually I need to get it out and run it because I need to do it for Andy's Conrail thing. It's the only Conrail engine I got, but I've got the Vision Line Bicentennial GG1. I just like that paint scheme a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do that conversion on that. See how it goes. Another little shot of the beautiful F-19 round in the corner. I tell you, I think Lionel did a pretty good job with those Pullman heavyweights too. Like they're pretty solid. Yeah, Jim, holler if there's anything we can do for you, bud. I hate to hear y'all are she's struggling with this one, but you know, hopefully it'll be worth it all in the end. Is there any train shows this weekend anybody going to? I think next weekend there's actually one north of Atlanta. We got a little TCA show up in Cartersville, I believe it is. Third rail is the old rivets and the test form before it was adopted to full service. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. I didn't realize there was like a like an early test version of that. Yeah, there's not a ton of FEC stuff out there, man. Freight car wise and stuff. There's a little bit more. There's some modern '70s stuff around, but not a ton. All right, buddy, you cutting out. Good luck this weekend, man. On you fixing that thing. Be careful and don't overdo it, man. Don't get a setback. Take like I said, stay hydrated, buddy. Get feeling better. Yeah, I'd kind of like to see that too, Nate. Sounds like a neat easy one. Yeah, yeah, Thomas. I think it is the Piedmont show. Uh, what you doing? You on right up there next weekend? All right, buddy. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming out, man. I couldn't. This would be awfully boring when we sitting here talking to myself if y'all weren't here. Dathan, are you going to Edison? Oh, I'm gonna have to. When I get off here, I'm gonna go dig it on Instagram and try to find that. That'd be cool. Yeah, if look at it, I might get you to do a little bit more detailed video. That sounds like a neat deal. When did they run that, John? Do you remember how old that last time they ran the GG ones? Is it? Isn't it Chesapeake John? I think it is. I can't. I know I'm friends with you on Instagram. Let's see if I can look it up here. Yes, Chesapeake John. Oh yeah, that's the that early paint scheme with all the pinstriping and stuff on it. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, that is a good looking GG one. I got you. Yeah, you got stuff going on. I get it. All right, boys, it's 10:52. Anybody got anything to add here in the next few minutes? I'm about ready to shut her down. So it's TMCC, so it's been in 2000s. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of the third rail stuff was QSI stuff. So it's a fairly recent run then. Yeah, I bet you Blue Nami would bring a whole new life back into that thing, man. I really dig my couple Blue Nami engines I have. They run well. Thanks, buddy. You too, man. You have a good weekend, and you also have a very impressive collection. I remember when I first started seeing your stuff popping up, I was like, me and this guy have very similar taste in engines because you had a ton of stuff. I was like, man, I like that engine. All right, boys, I'm going to sign off for the night. Once again, man, I appreciate all y'all showing up and hanging out. And like I said, I don't really want to do this like on a regular, like every Friday or something deal. But when there's an opportunity to hop in, if somebody's off or gone or whatever, I'm gonna definitely jump in there and do it. So appreciate it, guys. All right, Jimbo. Talk to you later, man. Like I said, good luck with everything. And if there's anything we can do, man, holler at us. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later.